Hi guys, today we're going to do a journaling exercise with oracle cards. It is something that I do on a regular basis and I really enjoy, and I hope that you will too. Hi, my name's Karen and welcome to Finding Sanctuary. Before we get into the actual journaling exercise, I just wanted to have a conversation with you all around actually journaling with oracle cards, and I wanted to make you aware that journaling is a fantastic way for you to link in with soul, with your intuition, and with your higher knowing. It is something that we all have the ability to do, and we don't actually give that much credit to the process, I don't think, as much as we should. So journaling can be done in so many ways, and you can intuit the messages very organically. So what I mean by that is some people may intuit the messages in full sentences, some people may do it in dot points, some people may intuit it into like a mind map kind of thing. Other people, the messages come through in artwork and drawing. So when we do the journaling exercise, I really want you to go with whatever feels best and natural to you, and not to fight it, so that when you are doing it, if you are using words and the words are coming out randomly, write them down randomly. If you are using words and the words don't make any sense, it doesn't matter at this point in time, just write them down. If it makes you think of a person, then you write that down. If it makes you think of a time you were on holiday or a situation you've been in, then I encourage you just to write those things down. Your job when you're journaling is not to have it make sense. It is not something that needs to be a perfect end product. All it is a free-flowing way for soul to actually communicate with you. So the more you just accept what comes through and you draw it, write it, collate it on the paper, the better it is for you. I will often do a journaling exercise, and when I look back on it a couple of hours later or the next day or a week later, I actually am able to find the message come through much more strongly sometimes than it did when I initially did the journaling. And that's one of the reasons why I really encourage you to keep your journaling exercises and to keep going with them. So even if you start doing journaling for the very first time and none of it really makes sense, I encourage you to keep them and just keep going. Keep trying it, see what happens, because in time, I guarantee you that you will learn to understand the way it comes through. You'll be able to understand the messages it gives you, and you'll be able to see the threads that hold it all together. And that's not only available when we look at something over time and we learn that this is the way that the messages come through. This is the things that really resonate with us. And by learning that, we're able to better understand and tap into our intuition. So today we will be using the Self-Love Oracle cards by Janet Shu to answer the questions that we have. There is a downloadable document in the description below that you can click onto and download and print off if you would like to follow along. Alternatively, the questions that are on that document, we talk about them in this video, so you can write them down in a journal that you have. But what I really encourage you to do is to make sure that as you follow along, or even if you do this at a later date after you've watched the video, make sure that you actually choose a question that resonates for you to be able to pull the cards to. Make sure that you pull the cards, and if you're pulling more than one card, make sure that you choose the number of cards that you're going to pull before you start. Now, sometimes when you do that, you might say, I'm going to have 2 cards, you'll pull 2, and then you'll think, oh, it just doesn't feel right, I need another one. Pull the other one. You can never pull too many cards. If you follow what really feels natural for you and what you feel drawn to do, then you can't do it wrong. The same with your journaling. There is no right or wrong way to journal. It's all about you doing it your way. So I've put together 3 questions today that you can choose to potentially use as your question for the oracle card drawing that we will do shortly. I've also left a blank space for anyone that's using the downloaded document where you can write your own question if you have one that resonates with you more highly. And I hugely encourage you that if you have a question that you feel you would like answered, please choose that above the questions that I've put there, because that's honestly what you need to know the most. The questions that I've given us today is, what aspect of self-love can I lift up to form the foundation of my day today and the week ahead? What is soul yearning for, and how may I best support this need? And what can I focus on this week to keep my self-love levels high? I've also given you a space where you can tick the number card that you've chosen, because we will be dealing 3 cards today. And I highly encourage you to make sure that you actually choose that number card, whether it's number 1, number 2, or number 3, that you choose it and you tick it or you write it down, so that when we actually pull the cards and you're interpreting the message, you stick with the question that you've asked and the card that you've chosen, because that's where you've infused your energy and where your focus is, and that's what's resonated with you, and that's truly where your best answer and message is going to come from. As I said, these are the Self-Love Oracle cards by Janet Shu. They are absolutely beautiful cards, and I use them in my own oracle journaling on a regular basis. So the 3 cards that we will pull will be, number 1 is Get Up. No matter how far we have fallen, we must try again. Not all is lost until we give up. So this one says Get Up. Card number 2, and if you've chosen this card, card number 2, we have Move Quickly. So this card says some opportunities require quick responses. Use your instincts to guide your way. Don't be afraid to move fast on your haunches. So number 2 was Move Quickly. And the third card that we've got today for our journaling exercise is Remember Your Purpose. So this one reads, you came to Earth to learn how to love yourself and all that is, to achieve high mastery, to explore conscious co-creation. Heaven resides in your heart. So that's Remember Your Purpose. So I encourage you now to have a look at the question that you had chosen for this exercise. Have a look at the card that you had chosen. I will add them in a moment so that you can click on card number 1, 2, or 3, and it will show an image of that card so you can look at it whilst you are journaling. And I encourage you to do that. I will leave you to be able to have a look and write things down. Again, it doesn't matter what comes to you, write it down. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't even have to be full sentences. It doesn't even have to be words. Whatever it is, put it down on paper. You can always read over it, and you can always find that there are themes and threads and things that stand out for you. That's what you'll be looking for in your journaling. So I'll leave you to have a look at the card that you've chosen and to do your journaling. At the end of this video, I will read you the guidebook message so that you can see what that is. But even if your message that you've intuitively received is different to what the guidebook says, I highly encourage you to stick with what's come through for you. That is the message that has been delivered, and that is what is on point for you. Everybody I know can be given the same card, and we will all read it differently based on our own experiences and our own knowing and our own soul. Every card will have its own meaning within our journey at a point in time. So I really encourage you to trust that what has come through is the right thing for you. So there you have it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this exercise today and that you've actually got something valuable out of it. I will be having more journaling videos in the future, and I really hope to see you come along and join in them as well. So if you've liked this video today, please boop the like button. I would really appreciate that, and hopefully our paths will cross again sometime soon. Thank you, Sanctuary Seekers. Wonderful to have you here. Card number 1 was get up. No matter how far we have fallen, we must try again. All is not lost until we give up. It's easy to be strong when things are going well. It's during disappointments and setbacks that we face the real test of our resolve and endurance. Difficult as it may be, each time we stumble, we have an opportunity to pick ourselves back up, reaffirm our goals, and learn how to adjust our action plan. We have a second chance to get it right the next time around. Whenever you find yourself facing another setback, check in with your motivations and circumstances. Did I have a blind spot? Was I overly optimistic or underprepared? Was I fueled by ego or a true desire to evolve for my own good? Did I listen to the available advice? And if not, can I still apply it? What would I do differently if I had to do it over again? Difficult situations are challenging in the moment, but offer feedback in the long term, teaching us to pay attention, to take more control, to try new avenues, honor your instincts and any misgivings you may have. Sometimes things are too good to be true, but trust and love yourself enough to know that the universe is ultimately designed to support you, not to hinder. Practicing self-love means not giving up on the dreams that really matter to you. It also means recognizing that you always have room to grow and lessons to learn along the way. One step at a time, you've got this. Card number 2, move quickly. Some opportunities require quick responses. Use your instincts to guide your way. Don't be afraid to move fast on your haunches. When you're not used to having your wishes granted, we may sometimes doubt how quickly things can turn in our favor. This card may have popped up to suggest that you should make haste. Don't waste this opportunity. If ever there was a time for turning faith into action, it is now. What is your hesitation when it comes to taking action? Most likely it is fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of judgment, and dreams lost. Ask yourself, how will I feel if I play it safe and wait for another opportunity to come along? What does opportunity look like? Are my expectations too high? What are the consequences of inaction? How do these weigh against those of action? Self-examination is a necessity when it comes to facing one's fears, but it can also become a hindrance when it goes on for too long. Find the balance between your heart and your mind, that place where wisdom resides. Be quick to listen, have compassion for your fears by acknowledging them without judgment. Then say a prayer and take a leap. Believe that the universe has your back and only wants what's best for you. You can feel it. Can you feel the abundance just waiting for you to claim it fully? Hear your gut instincts and act on them. Trust your inner guide to lead you through life's events and allow yourself to enjoy the ride. The third card, remember your purpose. You came to earth to learn how to love yourself and all that is, to achieve self-mastery, to explore conscious co-creation. Heaven resides in your heart. You are your own best teacher, healer, and friend. Your principal relationship is with yourself. If there is a part of you that you hate or judge, then you will see that reflected back to you by others and their undesirable behaviors. Learn to love all your weaknesses. They are the building blocks of compassion and resolve. See the worst parts of yourself objectively, then manage them. Avoid self-judgment by viewing these parts as you would any other challenge. Love them for all they can teach you. Though it will take a lot of self-knowledge and courage, the application of self-love ultimately teaches self-acceptance, self-development, and self-mastery. Self-love is the force behind positive change. Don't wait for others to solve your problems to heal you, to fix the issues plaguing the world. Begin with the understanding that it is we who perpetuate many problems due to our own lack of consciousness. When external problems look insurmountable, work on yourself first. With love and compassion, applying the skills of transformation to your own life, your own sphere of influence in lives you are destined to touch. Loving yourself is no different than learning to love the diversity of life present around you. If we can learn to love without a sense of separation, then we have learned unconditional love, the divine kind of love that creates heaven in its presence. This is what we need on earth. There is no higher aspiration. So card number 1, get up, for me, gives me the message that I need to obviously get up. I need to acknowledge that if I've been pushed down or I've been trodden on or I feel like I'm not worthy, that I just need to actually acknowledge those feelings and accept them. I don't need to judge them. I can just acknowledge them, know that they're there, and then push past them and start doing things. So it's a matter. For me, it's not just physically getting up and doing something or working on something. For me, it's the mindset, changing the mindset of actually getting up and acknowledging that even though something may have happened that's knocked me down, it doesn't have to define who I am. It doesn't have to ruin my day. I have a choice, and that choice should be get up. I should put myself forward. I should put one foot in front of the other. I should just move. It doesn't matter how small that movement might be. If it's forward movement, then that movement is something that is going to help me get up and get over whatever it is that has pushed me down or knocked me over. Move quickly to me tells me that I need to actually not second guess myself. I need to just decide what I'm doing and do it. I need to, if I'm looking for something, I need to just get up and do it. That if I don't act quickly, it tells me that I could be missing out. I could be not benefiting from what is available to me. I could be missing out on what's on offer. I could be too slow and holding myself back. So by acting quickly, I'm in the flow. I'm not second guessing myself. I'm following the signs and the path that the universe is delivering to me, and that is what's going to be of most benefit. So remembering my purpose, this tells me that no matter what it is that I'm doing, I need to always link back in to myself. I need to always take a moment to reflect on what it is that I'm doing, thinking, saying, feeling, and how does that fit with my purpose, where I want to be, and making sure that they are aligned. Quite often we can get carried away with things that are happening and we find ourselves totally left field of where we want to be. So by remembering my purpose, that keeps me grounded, it keeps me in the moment, it keeps me on target. So that's how I've intuited those cards. I would love to know how you have. Like I said earlier, there's no right or wrong way to intuit the cards. It's about trusting that whatever comes through for you is the right message that needs to be delivered. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this process, and I hope to see you again soon. So take care, guys. Bye.